Dan, congratulations on your award. You must be pretty buzzing about it.
Yeah, good to get the pun in there nice and early. Yeah, no, really, really pleased. I think it's testament to like a lot of the hard work that's gone on at the club in the last few months since we kind of arrived. It's been a big sort of like a big turnaround, I suppose, from where we kind of have been in sort of recent years to this season. Um, and most of that's down to like, to be honest, like the staff and the players and people at the club behind the scenes as well. Everyone sort of pulled together in a really big effort this year, and that was kind of reflected in February, just in terms of not only the success on the pitch, but all the good work that was done off it as well.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that about where the club was because I was going to ask you about that because they have been in the doldrums the last few years, really struggled, haven't they? But you've kind of picked them up this season. What's been the secret behind it?
Yeah, like it's no secret that it's been a difficult period for the club, but I think uh, I just the biggest thing that we felt we wanted to do when we came in the summer was to establish like a really meaningful culture here that sort of like transcended through staff, the playing squad, and kind of anyone in and around like what we're trying to do. So um, the club's been great with the support that it's provided, and there's like a real clear vision about where we want to get to and sort of what the future roadmap is. And yeah, it was our job to try and start that process, I guess, really. So just getting the culture right, getting the environment right. We really sort of rebuilt the squad as well, so bringing in the right kind of characters that we felt would be able to get us on solid footing for this first year. And it's been all about just trying to build ourselves a foundation that will hopefully in next year, the season after, allow us to continue to progress and push back to where the club used to be.
Yeah, and it helps that you've got great facilities there as well because you're at the Hive, aren't you? So you've got everything
Mm.
you kind of need there, haven't you?
Yeah, the facilities are unbelievable, and what the club sort of provide from that perspective is second to none. Even to the extent of having our own sort of medical facilities on site where we can get players scanned and treated, within hours of sort of picking up an injury, thanks to the partnership that we have with Tick Health. So everything that I guess you would kind of want or need is we're fortunate enough to have at our fingertips, which is great. But, obviously it's all well and good having access to all this stuff, but it's about having the right people that can get the most out of it as well. And the staff group this year have been unbelievable with how they've utilised what we do have at our sort of our fingertips, but also making sure that we get the absolute most out of it. And that requires, their skill, their expertise, and their ongoing sort of hard work and dedication to make sure that, yeah, we're not wasting the opportunity and the facilities that we have, and we're making sure that we're providing our players with, the best, safest, most enjoyable environment for them to come and play their football.
Yeah, and we've had managers on here in the past, and it's been a manager of the month curse, but you didn't have that on Sunday, did you? A really good win over Sudbury.
Yeah, yeah, that's always the big thing. I was speaking to Dean Brennan a while back. He's the manager at Barnet, who are obviously having an incredible season, and yeah, he sort of said it's never something that you necessarily want to win because of the curse that comes with it. But no, yeah, we had a really good performance on Sunday. Another clean sheet to add to the tally, which has been a focus for us in recent times. Because I think we've put in a number of very impressive performances across the season, and we've been fairly consistent. But we have leaked goals at times, so trying to shore up at the back and make sure that we keep as many clean sheets as possible has been a real focus for us at the turn of the new year. So to add another one to the bank there, score another three was, yeah, very pleasing.
And you're third in the table as well. You got a chance of going second potentially as well. If you beat Norwich, I mean, you might have to beat them quite well looking at the goal difference actually, but still you can move level on points with them. And obviously, Real Bedford are out there. We all know about their story, so it's be a real feather in your cap though if you can beat Norwich.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It would. We had a really close game with them sort of earlier in the season and finished 3-3. We were up in the first part of the game. They went back in the lead, and then we scored in the. I think we scored in 90 plus one or two, and then we had a chance to win it right at the end as well. So it was a really good game last time out. they're a top team. Like Andy's a top coach as well, and the way that he has them organised and the work that he's done there this season is really impressive. See, I've been in and around the league for a few seasons now, and know a few of the girls there and just what good players we are. So it's going to be a huge test for us. But we always say in the group, like on our day, if we turn up and we perform the way that we know that we can play, like I'd fancy us against anyone in this league.
Yeah, and it's interesting you said at the start about it being sort of almost like a transition season. Is this kind of getting yourselves ready to go for it next year almost?
Yeah, I think so. I think like yeah, when I came in, I wanted to be kind of realistic with like the expectations. Um, it had been, I think, at one point 497 days since the club had last won a league game, and so we knew like the mountain of the challenge that we were kind of coming into. Um, you know, we also kind of came in that June time where having to put a squad together in a very short space of time, etc. So this year was all about just getting the foundations right to allow us to build for next season, the season after. I'm a real firm believer in that. Um, having stuff like a really defined culture and an environment where everybody knows what's expected of each other is crucial to sort of long term success. And um, the way that the game is going every year gets more and more competitive and harder and harder to achieve success. So I think it's crucial for us to have a solid season just to get our feet back on the ground, get everything in place that we needed to get in place to allow us to be successful and have some sustainability to what we do in the future as well.